Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. Welcome to my weekly reading recap, or I guess lack thereof reading. If you've seen the title of this video, I don't know if I've read at all this week. So call the police, handcuff me, send me to prison. The reading channel guy did not read this week. And I'm here to say it's okay. I'm still alive, I'm still kicking, I'm still breathing, I still own all my books. Just a different week for me, and I wanted just to talk about it. And yeah, talk about book-related things, maybe the lack thereof book-related things, and just what I've been up to this week. I hope everyone's having a good week. Appreciate you being here. Obviously, lack of uploads this past week because I haven't been reading a whole lot, and I don't know if there's a reason for it, if there's not a reason for it. I just haven't been reading, and that's okay. I've just been putting my energy, not to like justify my lack of reading because it's a hobby at the end of the day. I've been putting my energy into different hobbies, so to speak. Like I'm trying to get back into my sort of physical health and wellness and cooking and things of that nature. Also, work has been sort of kicking my ass these past 2 weeks, and it's been a big mental strain. Unfortunately, for the first time in my short career, work has affected my outside work life, which is sad to say, but oh well. Things should be getting better this week, so we'll see. But yeah, same old. I still like to read. I still have a desire to read. I just didn't read a whole lot this week due to having other priorities, and that's okay. So I appreciate you being here regardless. Like I said, not a whole lot of updates to be had. I don't know if I even read a single chapter of the Pickwick Papers, the book I'm still reading through. But I think that's okay. I'm taking it slow. It's a classic for a reason. I want to make my way through my Charles Dickens books with intention and not just speed through them. And I'm enjoying it. I still like the book from what I can recall from it. Obviously, I'm almost done with it. In my last reading recap, I was like, oh yeah, I'll definitely finish it this week, which in a normal week of reading, I would have easily finished it. 150, less than 150 pages left to go. And that's about what I read every 2 days or so, give or take, maybe 3 days probably. But yeah. So yeah, not a whole lot of reading updates to be had, I guess. Yeah, life updates from this week. We can kick it off with that. I'm trying to get back into the gym and cooking, and obviously in this new apartment, I don't have any roommates or anything, so I'm just on my own. So trying to figure out how to do that again, living on my own and not having anyone around. It's been different, so trying to basically relearn how to adult again, not to get like too nitty-gritty into the weeds, but I was living alone my last year of college, all was going well. Graduated college, moved back in with the parents, and did my first sort of 15 months at my job with them. And that's where I started this channel, and then moved out about 3 weeks ago. So having to sort of reestablish myself, I learned all these good habits living alone my last year of college, and obviously it's college, so there's so much free time. And you see your friends constantly, and you go to class every day, and my job was meaningless. I worked at the campus rec center. It's not like I was doing anything. Not to say it was meaningless, but compared to what I do now is pretty night and day different. And I would just go there to hang out with my friends, and I'd go to class, and I would do stupid stuff. I'd play video games until 2 in the morning. I can't do that anymore. So I found it there having these like healthier habits I just had more time on my hands because I'd go to class for 2 or 3 hours a day. I'd have an hour or two of homework a day. I'd work 2 or 3 hours because the shifts were short because everyone was a student, and like that was my day, and I would be done, and it was like cool. But now I'm working 9 or 10 hours a day and having to cook and clean, and there's no one around. I'm just getting used to what this new season of life looks like, and I think it took a hit on my reading this past week, which, oh well, whatever. It's a hobby. It'll come back. It comes and goes in waves, just like any other hobby, any other thing you do. It comes and goes, and I'm here to say it's okay. I did want to, I guess, unrelated to reading, what else did I do this week? I went to IKEA yesterday, upgraded my silverware and glassware game. I was on the hunt for just some stuff for my apartment. I needed to ditch the college plastic cups that I was using and the old cutlery I had, so I needed to upgrade those. Obviously, I had to go check in on my bookshelf and make sure they were still selling them, and yeah, it was fun just to go walk around and, I don't know, blow some time at IKEA. Stuff there is expensive. I was looking for a mirror. The mirror I liked was like $180. I'm like, oh, I know what I look like well enough. I don't need that mirror, I guess. So yeah, it was a relaxing day. And then following that, my girlfriend and I, we've restarted, I'll call it, because we've already finished the show already last year. Or not last year, 2 years ago. We've been rewatching I forget the exact word of it. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, I think is what it's called. We just call it Mrs. Maisel, but we've been watching that show. If you've heard anything about it, then you sort of know what it's about. But a 10,000-foot overview of the show it's about this woman and her husband, and in the first episode they split apart and they get divorced, and the husband is trying to be a stand-up comic, and the wife is this very supportive stay-at-home mother. Turns out the wife is hilarious and the husband is not funny at all, and so the wife wants to pursue this new hobby or passion of hers in comedy, and it's pretty funny. I would look up like whatever rating system it is. I don't know if it's for everyone, but it's very funny. And I bring this up to say we were watching obviously we just restarted it. We're still in season 1, and the couple is freshly split, and so the woman moves back in with her parents, and she's sitting in her childhood bedroom contemplating something, and she's walking around, and on her bookshelf I noticed that she had a set of these. Let me pull them out. She has this set of the Oxford Illustrated Jane Austen just sitting on her shelf. And I had to pause the show and like enhance, zoom in, enhance, all that sort of stuff. And that it was actually them. They had all 6 volumes. They were all different. Obviously you can see that each one's like not lined up the same for whatever reason. That's just the way it is. And it was really them. It makes sense because the show is set, starts in 1958 is when the show takes place, and the first these like reprintings started in 1952 here. So it would make sense that she would have a full set of the Oxford Illustrated Jane Austen. I was geeking over that. I don't know if I could pull up a picture of it. I want to get copyright stricken on my budding YouTube channel. We'll see. But it was so funny that I recognized that, and I don't know. I think I'm excited to watch this show now that I have started reading and seeing what else I can find. And yeah, I thought that was just funny. I guess that's my only book update, is I saw these books that I own on a TV show. Wow, look at me go. Yeah, nothing really else has been going on. Like I said, hopefully this next week of work improves. I will definitely keep keeping on the Pickwick Papers. I'll finish it this week, like I said last week, so we'll see. And then I think I just need an easier book to read, because I've been reading, obviously I read Wind and Truth about a month ago, and that was sort of a shit show. And then immediately started reading Charles Dickens and was like, dude, like, read The Room. You just read a bad book. Now you don't need to read a highbrow book now. But it's been good. I'm liking it so far. It's not really sure how it will wrap up, but we'll see. But I may read something a bit shorter next. You can just barely see it over my shoulder, I've had these 3 books calling me for some time. Obviously, some of you have probably heard a lot about this book called Boulder by Ivo Baltazar. I know Jack Edwards made it very popular about a couple years ago. It was one of his favorite books of the year. Well, it's actually the second book in a trilogy. Mammoth, or no, I think the first one is Permafrost, and then Boulder, and then Mammoth. Yeah, and you can see Boulder was shortlisted for the Booker Prize in 2023, so gained popularity in that regard as well. And yeah, this is just a short trilogy. I don't really know what it's about. Obviously I know what Boulder's about, but I don't know if that really spoils what the first book is about, so we'll see. Maybe I'll give those I'll dive into those a bit after the Pickwick Papers. I still have it on audio, the Pickwick Papers, so I'm chugging through it that way. And yeah, here's to hopefully a better week of reading as I'm figuring out my new normal in my new apartment. I appreciate you being here and watching all the way up until this point. If you have so, consider subscribing if you are new. Give it a like if you liked it. I hope you have a I hope you have a great week of reading. Let me know what you're reading down below. Maybe give me some tips to get out of this treacherous 1-week slump I've been in. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next one. I appreciate you hanging out, guys.